Hello there and welcome to the channel. Chelsea have received a boost as Bayern Munich have informed Mathys Tel, the French forward, that he's surplus to requirements and are willing to let him go. Also, we talk about Victor Boniface and Duran, who have been both linked to a move to Saudi Arabian side Nassr. Now, let's start with Mathys Tel. For me, Mathys Tel is a good player, he's a decent player, a 19-year-old, backs of pace, backs of potential, a lot of upside, can play as a striker, can play as a winger, but he's sort of forced into that category of Nicholas Jackson, in my opinion, which is, is he able to really play as an out-and-out number 9? I know some people have said, yes, he's looking, he prefers to play as a number 9, because that's what Chelsea actually needs, and not another winger slash support striker kind of player. Chelsea requires someone who can actually play in that number 9 position, in my opinion. And I think at this point, Chelsea can't afford to get someone who isn't quite settled in where he wants to play. But also, the news we've been getting as well, reports that we've been getting, at least I've read in some that I've read that Mathys Tel isn't too keen on coming to play for Chelsea because you have a lot of competition out wide on the left. So, with that being said, that brings this question to my mind: that are Chelsea really looking to have him as a striker? If Chelsea are actually looking to have him as a striker, then why is he worried about playing out wide on the left? Because he doesn't want that competition, and probably he sees it as being similar to what he's experiencing or he has experienced so far in Bayern Munich. And to be fair, I understand where he's coming from, because if you've experienced one thing at one place, it's something negative, and that's the reason you're leaving that place. It would be silly of you to go to another place where you could face something similar. That's just simple human nature. So the only way Chelsea might get him is if they can indeed convince him that he would actually be playing as a striker. And if that's the case, he should actually be played as a striker if Chelsea are able to sign him. But in my own opinion, overall, I don't really think he's the one that Chelsea needs. He's talented, he's gifted, but I don't really see him thriving at Chelsea, especially with the way Enzo Maresca has tended to use his wingers. Beginning of the season, Enzo Maresca uses wingers in a different way, slightly different way, where they're out wide, and the fullbacks were mobile, although being central, but they were a lot mobile. But now they are more central, except Enzo Maresca, look at himself in the mirror and say, okay, I will know I've made a mistake. I will adapt my tactics to this team and say, okay, my fullbacks should overlap, and that would give inverted forward more space to cut in and smash into the box. Otherwise, I don't see Mathys still working, except he can play as a striker, an actual striker, who's committed to be in a striking role. And another thing as well I need to say before I go off the topic is he the typical striker that can be a battering ram? Because you're playing for Chelsea, you're playing in the Premier League, you you need to be that striker that can be a battering ram, that can hold the ball up back to goal, that can muscle or at least give centre backs worry and trouble physically. So is it something he can do? Does he have that in his game? At the minute, I don't think he does. But if he comes to Chelsea and shows that he does have all these qualities, I'll raise my hand up and say, yeah, I got it wrong, and he's doing well. Because at the end of the day, I want a player to come to Chelsea and succeed. That's what I want. So that's it about Mathys Tel. Now let's move on to the next issue, the next topic. Talking about the Saudi Pro League, looking to be, blitzing the market, signing a lot of talent. People, all this while have been saying, oh, they're only going to sign players who are taking over, who are looking for a retirement home, who are looking for, some service care or something. But no, they're actually going for young players, very, very young players. They're going for players heading towards their prime, like a Victor Boniface, like a Jean Duran is even younger, so he's someone who's about to step into his mid prime, if I can say that. So that's and they say the reports earlier on that I got were that they had agreed a deal with Aston Villa for the services of John Duran for 70 million euros, and also they have agreed a deal for Victor Boniface, the Nigerian striker, with Bayer Leverkusen for 60 million euros. And that Nigerian striker would, Victor Boniface, Nigerian striker, would be earning, 50 million euros a year. And now, so for me, and then the immediate thought I had in my mind was, wow, we're actually going out to get two strikers, two very two important strikers for you to add to your Cristiano Ronaldo, to add to your Mane combination. That would be, you know, you know, absolute firepower striking combo. So, but but the little reports that we've been getting is that the way it seems is it's going to be like how the other Saudi Arabian club was they were showed interest with um, Ivan Tony and Victor Osimhen and agreed deals with the clubs, or sort of agreed deals with the clubs, and then in the end went for Ivan Tony. So I think it's something similar in this regard as well, where they're saying, okay, we will agree deals for both players, and then we'll decide which one we would go for. So for me, I get the allure of going to Saudi Arabia. I get it 100%. For me, I wouldn't say being a champion of Saudi Arabian Pro League, but I'll say I've been someone who's had an understanding about why countries need to have their own professional football league, get the best talent available that they can get, and that's something that Saudi Arabian Pro League has been doing. So that's wonderful for them. Get the best players you can get. You know, use your resources you have. People tend to forget that the Premier League as well, at some point in its history, had to use its enormous financial resources to get the best talents into the league, and now the Premier League, it is what it is at the minute. So in that regard, no problem with Saudi Pro League. Do the best you can do to get the best available talent, commercial deals you can get for your league. That is beautiful. I'm cool with that, and I'm hoping that at some point, the Nigerian Premier League, the Nigerian Premier Football League administrators, the LMC, get to understand the power of having a solid, commercially viable league. So that's a different discussion for another day. But in this regard, there's something I want to say with players. I have no qualms about players going to Saudi Pro League. If you want to get the big money, you want to get the big bucks, you want to earn that huge, humongous, you know, um, um, pay. That's fine. No issues whatsoever, in my opinion. You go there and you play. But this is the only thing I've always said, that due to the narrative around players, due to the narrative around players from Africa, especially around Nigeria as well, the narrative around black players, a lot of the time is, oh, they're greedy, or they're mercenaries, and things like that. People even were saying that when Victor Osimhen ended up coming to Chelsea, which was very silly talk in my opinion. So if you still have that intention to play to play in Europe, in mainstream Europe, you have to think deeply about going to the Saudi Pro League, because once you leave, the whole narrative you'll be getting is, and perception is 9/10 of the law, because the in once you go to Saudi Pro League, what you'll be hearing is, oh, he went there for the money, or he's greedy, he doesn't have ambition, he shouldn't play for any club again. Now, but if you want to go there to get a big payday, and you think you can find your way back to mainstream Europe, that is if it's something you want, because that's most important. If it's something you want as a player, then that's beautiful, that's fine. No qualms about that, in my opinion. You have a lot of hypocrites who come up to say, oh, the money, they just want to go for the money and all that kind of things. Why do you want to go for money? You don't have any ambition. Well, at the end of the day, it is a job. If you have a job and someone offers you, you're in a job package, you're earning £20,000 a year, and someone offers you £40,000 a year in another job, I'm sure you'll be jumping out of your skin to secure that job. So that's fine for me. And then one more thing I want to say is, I don't count anybody's money, But people are going on, especially Nigerian fans, going on about Victor Boniface. Oh, you're going to be earning 65 billion, is it 65, 25 billion naira a year. That's life-changing money. Yeah, it is life-changing money. But players at this point in time in Europe are not on peanuts either. So I don't know how much is he on now. Even if it's 4 million euros, 5 million euros, 6 million euros, it's still a lot of money. But anyway, whatever decision he chooses to make, that's fair dues. And then one thing people don't understand, that refuse to understand as well, is that the clubs themselves have to agree. You have the club has to agree. They have to agree with Al Nassr, just like they would have to agree with any other buying club. They have to agree. And reportedly, Bayer Leverkusen, if you wanted to keep, Victor Boniface, then you would have kept him. You would have not agreed to a transfer. With Al Nassr, same to Aston Villa. If you wanted to keep Duran, you shouldn't have accepted the deal, the offer put on the table by Al Nassr. You have just said, deal is done, and that's it. From a Nigerian perspective, I don't think it would affect him that much, but you have competition for places. That way you have to know. Victor Boniface, from a Nigerian perspective, I don't think it would, because we even have the captain of Nigerian Super Eagles. He plays in Saudi Arabian league, and he's still playing for Nigeria. That's William Chus Ekong. So for me, that's fine. So I wonder what your thoughts are on this. Let me know in the comment section, and also subscribe to the channel. Click notification bell notified each time a video comes, so you're notified each time a video comes on the channel. And there's someone I'll be talking about in another video that I want you to keep your eyes peeled for. I think he'll be someone that'll be a very good striker for both Nigeria and for Chelsea Football Club. So you don't want to miss that one. So at this point, I've come to the end of this video. Like I always say, stay well and stay good. Bye bye.